When I hit my 20s, I thought I had time. Time to figure out my money. Time to save later. Time to invest someday. But someday doesn't come unless you build it, starting today. Because the truth is, building wealth doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need to be born rich. You don't need a finance degree. You just need a few simple habits, a little consistency, and the courage to start, even if it's messy. In this video, I'm breaking down the easiest ways I started building wealth in my 20s, without giving up everything I loved or pretending to be some financial expert. These are things anyone can do, especially you. Comment below with your age and your biggest money goal right now. Like this video if you're serious about building wealth without burnout. And don't forget to subscribe for more real-world personal finance content that actually works. 1. I opened a high-yield savings account and moved my emergency fund. This was the first step that made me feel smart with money. My regular bank was giving me less than 0.01% interest on my savings. That's basically nothing. So I did some research, found a reputable high-yield savings account online, and moved my emergency fund. Suddenly, my money was growing, passively, without me doing anything. It wasn't much at first, but the habit of putting money where it could work was a mindset shift. Small move, big impact. 2. I invested, even when I felt like I didn't know enough. I was scared to invest. What if I picked the wrong stock? What if I lost money? But here's the truth. Not investing is more expensive than waiting to know it all. I started with index funds, low cost, diversified, and beginner-friendly. I used apps that let me start with $10, $20, $50 a month. I automated it so I wouldn't forget. Over time, I watched my investments grow, not overnight, but steadily. And that's when I learned, wealth builds slowly, then suddenly. Just start. 3. I created a bare-bones budget that actually worked for me. I used to overcomplicate budgeting. Every dollar had to be perfectly tracked, until I gave up. Then I switched to a bare-bones system, rent and bills, food and gas, fun stuff, savings, investing. I gave myself room to enjoy my life and grow my money. No guilt, no spreadsheets I'd never look at again. That balance made the difference. Because wealth isn't about restriction, it's about intention. 4. I said no to lifestyle creep. When I got my first full-time job, I wanted to upgrade everything. New car, better clothes, fancy dinners, but I didn't. I kept living like I was broke for a little longer, and I used the extra income to build savings, crush debt, and invest. That buffer I created early on, it bought me freedom. Freedom to say no, freedom to take risks, freedom to leave a toxic job when I had to. Lifestyle creep is sneaky. If you can resist it now, it'll reward you later. 5. I built tiny streams of passive income. I'm not talking about becoming a millionaire overnight. I'm talking about small wins that added up. I sold digital templates on Etsy. I used cashback apps for purchases I was already making. I signed up for affiliate programs on products I already used. I created low-effort content that made me money in the background. It wasn't life-changing at first, but it changed my thinking. I started seeing income as something I could build, not just earn from a 9-to-5. And that mindset shift? That's how wealth is born. 6. I stopped comparing my journey to everyone else's. This is a big one, especially in your 20s. You'll see friends buying houses, driving Teslas, starting businesses. And you'll wonder, am I behind? But here's what I learned. Comparison kills momentum. Your financial journey is yours, not theirs. Not social media's, not your parents' version of success. Wealth is personal, and no one's highlight reel can show you the full picture behind their debt, stress, or burnout. Put your blinders on, keep going. 7. I learned the power of pay yourself first. This changed everything. Before I paid rent, before I went out, before I bought anything dumb on Amazon, I paid myself. Even if it was just $25 a week into savings, even if it was $10 into my Roth IRA, even if it didn't feel like much, I made it a habit. And over time, that habit became a financial foundation I could actually build on. 8. I focused on net worth, not just income. For a while, I thought making more money would solve everything. Then I realized, people with high incomes can still be broke. What matters more than income? Net worth. What you keep after debts. What you own. What grows without you needing to hustle 24/7. Once I started tracking my net worth, I saw the bigger picture. It motivated me to make smarter moves instead of just bigger ones. 9. I got comfortable talking about money. This one surprised me. Growing up, money was taboo. We didn't talk about it, especially not the hard parts. But once I started having honest conversations with friends, mentors, even online communities, everything shifted. I realized I wasn't alone. Everyone was figuring it out. And those conversations? They gave me ideas, accountability, and confidence. Don't be afraid to talk money. Ask questions, share wins, learn out loud. That's how you grow. You don't have to do it all. Just start somewhere. If you're in your 20s, here's what I wish someone told me sooner. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to make 6 figures. You don't need to have it all together. You just need to start. Start saving. Start investing. Start tracking your spending. Start learning. Building wealth isn't a finish line, it's a lifestyle. And every small step you take today, that's compound growth waiting to happen. Drop a comment. What's one small wealth-building habit you're starting this month? Like this video if you're ready to make your 20s count financially. Subscribe for weekly content on building wealth, creating freedom, and growing smarter, not harder.